If you're anything like me, you're curious how much it actually costs to golf some of the most premium level golf courses in the United States that, of course, are accessible to the public. So in this video, I spent hours searching the internet, calling golf courses, and figuring out exactly how much it would cost. So hopefully you enjoy. And if you appreciate all of the hours spent researching all of this information, calling, spending time on hold, then don't forget to give this video a quick thumbs up. I really appreciate it and it really helps the channel. First off, it's important to understand that these courses are very expensive and very premium. So for the most part, you won't be using a cart, but you'll be hiring a caddy to help you through your round. There's a significant benefit to that. These caddies know the courses super well. They'll help you out with some of the little things like course maintenance and shot selection, things like that. But keep in mind that you'll be paying for that, not only the rate, but you'll also have to understand that there's a gratuity involved with that caddy service. For the sake of this calculation, and based on the research that I did across the different courses, $150 is pretty much what you should expect for each of these courses to pay for, whether that's a caddy or a 4-caddy for your group, or whether that's going to be souvenir or additional cart fees, a walking cart, anything that you need to have with you during the round. An average for that is right about $150, including caddies, gratuities, carts, whatever that may be. So if you golf every single one of these top 25 courses and you pay that extra $150 in additional fees for extra things, that's just about $3,750 for all 25 total. So that's added to the final number. Keep that in mind. I want to talk before we get to the final number about some courses that are significantly cheaper than others and some courses that are significantly more expensive. I'm looking at you, Las Vegas, that don't necessarily mean that they're that much higher on the list, but they are that much more expensive. So if you look at number one, Pebble Beach, $575 right off the bat. That's a year-round price, and they have bookings out all the way into 2022. So you're gonna be paying $575 regardless of when you golf at Pebble Beach. So it's something to keep in mind, maybe what season you wanna be in California, travel plans, anything that makes sense to you, but a lot of these courses are gonna have that same exact price regardless of the time of year. Pebble Beach is no exception. Now that course being $575 is number one on this list, but Las Vegas, specifically Shadow Creek, is $600, but it's actually 7th on the list. So keep in mind that while that's a beautiful course, MGM I think is the one that owns it, it's more expensive than number one, but it's number 7 on the list. So maybe as you go through this list, and I'll leave a link to the actual Excel file that I'm using here down in the description below. But as you go through it, keep in mind that these courses aren't necessarily in order of cost, they're in order of ranking. So if you want to spend more money, usually you're going to be going closer to number 1 on the list, but you might want to take a quick look at where there is a little bit more value. A great example of that value is New York Bethpage Black. Now this has been a host to numerous PGA Tour events, but the course itself, being owned by the New York State, is a very reasonable cost. Now even the most expensive time for a non-New York resident would be $150 just about, and that's for a weekend, $130 on a weekday. New York residents actually get 50% off of those rates, so $75 and $65 respectively. Now, Bethpage Black is 9th on the list, but them being so incredibly inexpensive means that for a premium experience, you're really not going to be paying nearly as much as you will for almost any other course on this list. There are a few others near the low 20s, from about $120 to $175. As I said, they're kind of the low 20s on the list, but if you're talking about a top 25 course in the entire United States, that is still an amazing experience and a very premium course for a very reasonable price. So keep in mind that if you're looking to start golfing some of the premium courses in the United States, there are very reasonable ways for you to do it. Okay, we are to the end of the video. This is the final number, the final value that I'm gonna give you. I also researched both premium and economy times, so if you want to golf the top 25 US public golf courses for the cheapest price possible, you're willing to golf weekdays where necessary, off season if necessary, you're looking at $9,684, including, that's the caddy fees and all that extra that goes on top of it. Just under $10,000. If you want the premium experience, you're golfing mid-season, morning times on a weekend, you'll be looking at $12,258, and that's also again including the caddy, those extra fees as well, and that's the assumption of about $150 per course. So $12,258 just over $12,000. To be completely honest, you're paying an additional almost $3,000, but you're taking that experience to the next level. So for an additional, let's say 30% of cost, you're bringing your experience from the economy version to the premium version. As I spent quite a bit of time researching these courses and the costs and all the extras involved, I realized that, to be honest, most of these courses, the premium prices are based on the season and sometimes proximity to PGA Tour events, not necessarily conditions of the course or weather conditions. So each one of these courses, you could potentially pay the economy or cheaper rate and still get an excellent golf experience with perfect seasonality and perfect course conditions, and not have to pay that extreme price just to be close to a PGA Tour event. So keep that in mind. For those of you who are watching and enjoyed it, thank you so much. I appreciate you checking this video out. If you're interested in the actual Excel file that I used, I will leave a link to that so you can download it yourself. You can go to all the links and just make sure that these numbers are accurate. I'll be trying to update this as much as I can. So thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.